Welcome to the Quarantine Players. Tonight, we are reading Butterly Waltz by Washington, D.C. playwright Pamela Jafari. This is a story about domestic violence in a 10-year lesbian marriage and takes place in D.C. in the close-knit queer community. The story is complex and unflinching. It is about the lies we tell ourselves to make unbearable situations bearable. I've been a major fan of her work since we met at the Kennedy Center's Writers Group years ago. And I don't know of any other playwright that is taking on these stories in a challenging and meaningful way. Leaving us with complexity and complications intact, she doesn't smooth out the edges for us, nor does she spoon feed us easy answers. We talk about the power of theater to invoke empathy and connection, but then ask playwrights to dumb it down or change the story so people will like it. One of the benefits of our system is that we can take an entire story as is to the audience without asking a playwright to change it. No compromises, no infringement, and therefore no need for happy endings. Pamela uses a Greek chorus in the story. The chorus will take the place of three characters: angry, bitter, and lonely. The chorus represents competing aspects of the emotional state of the abuser in this case, because she is disconnected from her emotions. So let's meet our characters.
Hi there, I'm Veronica Brown Barnes, and I am playing Paula this evening.
Lady Mur?
Okay, I am Lady Mur, and I am playing Jeri, Dot, and Lonely.
I am Kiki Kanaya Funches, and I'm playing Valerie in Anger.
Hi, I'm Andrea Sanderson, and I'm playing Gloria and Bitter.
I am Beverly White, and I will be playing My Night.
Jesse Roberts, I will be doing narrating and running sound. So if there's a problem with sound, it's my fault.
And get started.
The Butterly Waltz. Setting: the couple's bedroom and Moval's, which is Valerie's cafe and club business. Other settings are downstage, identified with signage only. Act 1, Scene 1, the morning routine. The dawn of morning is coming through the bedroom window. Paula is dancing in front of the mirror in her underwear as she recites her morning affirmation. My night is in the bathroom.
I am a strong, wonderful, light-filled woman, loving myself and the universe.
My night enters. Paula lays on the floor and starts exercising.
Dancing Queen. Did you make that appointment?
Yes.
When?
6.
Downtown?
Southeast.
Let's try and have a conversation.
The appointment is for today at 6 in Southeast because she's working from home this week, and I need to see her before next week.
So are you coming to the show at the Dick's place tonight?
You know her name is Valerie. My appointment is 90 minutes. Tonight's show doesn't start until after the game ends, and you nor the Wizards are going to miss me.
I keep telling your Mensa ass brain that the Mystics are the women.
I forget.
At your age, you are still worse than a dumb blonde sometimes.
Don't forget your mother is a blonde. You two need to make up anyway.
She's sick, and I don't even want to think about her. Don't spoil my day, Paula.
That's part of the reason you don't want to think about her. You need to get some therapy with me.
Why? So another woman can tell me what's wrong with me? Oh, hell no.
Well, I wish you would figure out why you're so angry all the time.
Oh, so is that what I am? Angry? Is that what you say about me in therapy?
Maybe. Or maybe I've even given it some thought. I'm not hiding in the bathroom anymore. I'm getting tired of your shenanigans.
Oh, okay. What's that supposed to mean?
Look at my face, packed with makeup.
You know what happened.
It happened a year ago, and I'm still paying for it.
Don't get all up in my face with this nonsense this morning.
Mine-Eyed pushes Paula, but she doesn't budge as Mine-Eyed walks away.
Don't walk away. I'm talking to you. I have to go in front of the press today with a bruised face. A black eye, Mine-Eyed.
Mine-Eyed turns and raises her hand to Paula.
Go ahead, hit me again. It won't change the truth. You really hurt me, Mine-Eyed. You really did it this time.
Fucking crying again. Why? You're never there for me, bitch. Oh, hell. Not you. I didn't mean it. Look, honey, I know better. That was stupid. The only B word I love is butterfly. You were my butterfly. I didn't get much sleep last night. I'm so sorry.
Just leave me alone, okay? I gotta go to work.
Damn, Paula, I'm really sorry. I love you. Look, after work, I'll stop by Teeter's, pick you up some dinner and champagne, okay? I know you're probably not coming tonight. It's okay, okay? Baby, can I hold you before I leave? You know it settles my nerves. Please, butterfly. We said that was our safe word. Please, butterfly.
Paula stands and they face each other for a moment. Paula lets Mine-Eyed embrace her. Mine-Eyed begins kissing all over Paula.
I'm so sorry, butterfly. I know I've been out of control. I'm missing you a lot. I'm missing our closeness, our lovemaking. I'm horny, baby, that's all. It's just driving me crazy. But I want you to have a good day too, okay?
Yeah, right.
Mine-Eyed kisses Paula and sits her on the bed. She lays on top of her. Lights fade on the couple as a spotlight appears on the opposite side of the stage. Doc Alexander is standing under the Movals sign. A projection screen is lowered, showing different pairs of eyes.
Seeing her pain became a sight eyes had difficulty adjusting to. Kind words, loving thoughts, cheers and laughter had been kicked aside, kicked in the curb, left on the door, hiding from the onset of despair. Behind crevices, deep within her thumpless, unemotional movements. They had crowned themselves lovers, buried each other in responsibility. She insisted on cooperation, whether she understood her or not. Knowing that she loved her, surely she could read her mind. I mean, after all, she had chosen her. And who the heck could she be other than the woman she told her to be? Now, don't you understand a smack, a bop in the eye, a physical fact? Oh my, my, my. And then everyone agreed. Seeing her pain became a sight eyes had difficulty adjusting to.
The last image seen on the screen is a black eye. Scene ends. Act 1, Scene 2.com. Scene opens with Dr. Alexander and Paula seated downstage. They are seated under the Moval sign.
I'm so glad you suggested this spot. I seldom get to come in this part of town, and I'm quite impressed with the center and all the redevelopment.
Yeah, when I was a child, my aunt lived in Anacostia. She would always say coming home was like living in the suburbs with all the city benefits.
Yes, I love crossing the river. You've talked so much about this part of town.
After the last session, I wanted to show you everything so you could have a visual of how all the pieces fit.
You left with some unresolved feelings. Yes. Yeah, I'm glad I motivated you.
I think up until that point, I had always seen my night as the one who rescued me. When my dad died, I was grieving. She loved me through it. And I didn't care that she was so controlling. In fact, I needed her dominance and strength. It was comforting.
And all of that has changed?
Yeah, I've gotten all the things I wanted and more. But still, as crazy as it sounds, I still want to believe in miracles.
You still thinking that maybe she'll change? Paula, are the meds helping you at all?
Yes, but they've sent my sexual appetite on vacation. And it's driving my night crazier than she already is.
Not surprising. Now, tell me about your timeline. The plan is still on track?
Oh yeah, but you know, the older I get, the scarier it is to start over. It's been embarrassing being bashed by another woman. And the fact that I just let it go on and on, I mean, wow. But now I think I've got it under control. I have a plan and I've been speaking up a little bit more every day.
Now that's wonderful, but be careful. You're on a short time now. What's next?
Well, first I'm going to get a good night's sleep. My night's little whore is in town, and that'll keep her occupied. She's really a nice woman, though. I have a lot of respect for her professionally. She's a great entertainer, and she's philanthropic. You know I love that type.
But she's sleeping with my night, and you don't like that. It's okay to say that out loud, and I'll be glad when you're able to say it to the right people.
You're right. I will, as soon as I get out of there.
You have a good plan and a good friend to assist you. Stay on schedule, and you'll be doing just fine. And hold on to your dream of teaching the dance again. You'll have that space, and it's a good motivator.
Yeah, my girl Valerie is the best. And I do want to teach again. But until that big toe is out the door, I just feel like I've got to have some fraction of hope.
I understand the need for optimism, but you are my concern. I want you to focus on hope for your continued safety and for your success of your plan.
Of course, I'm going to do that. It's just that I finally talked my night into going to a therapy session. As a matter of fact, she should be there right now. Like I said, her mom is in hospice, and my night's got a lot to deal with their relationship before she dies. Who knows what miracles are awaiting them?
I see. Look at your face. Miracle is not working today. She quit. It is time.
Oh, wow, a bell. That's something new. My time must be up.
Wow is right. I don't have a bell. You're right. We've come to the end of today's session. Let's leave on this note. And the moment for change is now. Consider saving Paula as your priority.
Doc, we live in a tight-knit community. Whatever you do, somebody knows it by morning. My night's popular and does important work. I need to be discreet.
Correct. So make this decision. Save your life or save my not's reputation.
Ouch. But I guess I love it when you don't bite your tongue.
We're both too old for that.
Yeah.
You pay me too much money for this nonsense. You'll leave my knot. Stay alive and in one piece, and hopefully get the help she needs.
Well, I'm ready. Funny thing is, my night just asked me about the money I used to pay for the down payment. I told her I was paying you in cash.
You had insurance since we started. So you just be careful. Cross your T's and stay prayed up. Remember, that's our motto.
That's right, because you know what we always say, life never gives you more than you and the Creator can handle together.
Life never gives you more than you and the Creator can handle together.
Amen.
Scene ends. Act 1, Scene 3, Masquerade. My Night is downstage nervously talking to herself after peeping into a lighted circle with 4 chairs. 3 people are standing next to a chair wearing masks.
Damn. I've never done therapy. And I ain't never seen no shit like this. I hate not knowing what to expect. I hope Paula didn't set me up. Oh, whew, shake it off. Just this one time. I can handle it. Come on, might as well do the damn thing.
My Night enters. Lonely motions to the empty chair. My Night sits, and everyone else sits.
Orange, cold bitterness. We expecting you.
Oh, dark, blue, hot loneliness. Nobody loved me.
Silver electric chainsaw anger.
They all turn and look at My Night.
Okay. I guess I should introduce myself. My name is My Night Gungola Husan. Thank you for allowing me to join your group this evening.
Wear a mask.
No, outside name. Mask name.
Welcome to Les Abuse Anonymous. Pack it, read, come back, understand concept. Mask, important. Time, our tool.
Well, okay. I'll read it, but I don't wear a mask. I don't have no reason to hide.
Time, no different. Everybody hides something, no different.
Okay, so what's up with the bell?
Time,
Change.
equal change.
Everybody hides, so change.
Change. Get it?
Change. Everybody hides, so change.
Justify, abuse, hide, facade, masquerade, fear, no truth.
No truth.
No truth.
Truth like. Fuck. The drunk fist hit her.
She knew better.
Enough, My Night. My Night, got it?
Sure. Use excuses to justify my action. Paula fucks up a lot.
You the man, right?
I don't
Yeah.
call myself a man.
Anger, back off.
Okay, I knew this was different. But what is the deal with this program? What's this whole mumbo jumbo thing you guys do?
We voluntarily meet weekly to focus on our feelings around our abusive behavior and to support each other to avoid slipping back into patterns of abuse. We focus on our feelings and emotions and express them with our masks.
Angry still, don't want to kill. Kill the bitch.
Yeah, she was a stinky hoe.
She messing around always. But me, here, every week, like a junkie. Cause I see her, I might kill her. I don't know.
Anger, you so fired up tonight.
My night. Why? Why you here?
Well, my wife and I are having some challenges. We planned a vacation and now she'll only go if I do this therapy thing tonight. She Googled the program and recommended it. So I came to check it out.
How long? How long together?
We've been together 12 years, but married about 10 years. We've had our fights, but now we just can't seem to get past it.
First time you hit her?
I think the first time I smacked her was when she spilled some wine on my new pants. I probably hit her a few times since then.
Man, you about to find yourself SOLS.
So out of love, stupid.
Listen. I fought my own mother till I left home. I had to fight racism and sexism in the military and fight to be openly gay.
Fight your wife too.
Paula understands the yin and yang of life. Her mama's still fighting her second husband after 30 years. Paula's too scared to leave, so we'll work it out.
Don't get it. You need us. Your ass is proud.
You know, you need to check yourself, anger, or whatever you call yourself. I'm nothing like you. I can handle all my business. I was just named.
Damn right you ain't me. No kahunas. None. Me, no magazine title. Me real.
This shit is crazy. I think I've had enough.
My night stand.
Sit your little ass down. I'm for this goat right now. So you listen for a change.
My night hesitates and looks at Bitter. She motions for My night to sit, and she does.
Wait till finished, then leave. Rules. Be courteous.
Be nice.
Seen hard times. Disappointments. We hurt others. I know you. You make me sad. You make me remember. We kicked to the curb. Gotta save our lives. You, new grinder.
Damn, you spit that out. Ooh.
Anger gives Lonely a knuckle tap and sits down.
Are you? Take your mask off. Let me see your face.
Anger starts to stand, but Bitter jumps up and waves her hand for Anger to sit back down.
Anger. Enough. My night. Sit. What's this?
We know, Paula.
Mask. Our protection. Say whatever here. This room. No off till leave. Stay here. Stays here.
Everybody knows. Beat up in the bedroom.
Don't bring my wife into this.
You already did.
Well, the black eye was an accident. Look, it feels like you guys are ganging up on me. I'm about to lose it. I gotta get out of here.
My night. Wait.
Hey, I speak.
Are those your parting words?
Wife gonna bye-bye soon. We still be here. Here. You be here too.
Okay, well, thank you very much. But if that's all, then good night to the three musketeers.
My night, wait.
Anger and lonely freeze as lights dim. Bitter and my night step into another spotlight.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks. You know, but that was kind of crazy.
You followed along pretty well for your first time. We've gotten used to each other. Consider a mask. And coming back, it really does help. We have your contact information and we'll reach out to you soon if we don't hear from you. Here's my card. We must help each other and find a way to forgive ourselves. Make amends.
Yeah, it sounds good. But I was looking for a different mix of people. You know who I am. I'm on top right now. I can't be going through this.
Look, my night. I'm a child psychologist. Anger is a surgeon and lonely is a school principal. We might act crazy and talk weird, but we have good sense. Most importantly, we accept that we messed up royally, just like you. We're trying not to waste any more time.
They shake hands and Bitter steps back out of the spotlight and freezes.
Damn, that bell. And she kept that mask on the whole time she was talking to me like it was normal. Well, I got a vacation waiting for me. Silver chainsaw, anger, mama. Man, that shit is crazy.
Scene ends. Act 1, Scene 4, Serious Matters. Early evening light is coming through the bedroom window. Paula and Valerie are lounging with candles lit and music playing. They are smoking marijuana.
As soon as Egypt said she was stocked, I flew to the clinic. I know how fast they sell out of this.
Thank you, Valerie. I've been working like a Hebrew slave. This is so good.
You know who's in town, and she's got me working overtime.
Girl, yesterday, she parked that Bama red Cadillac in the middle of the cul-de-sac. I know she saw me in the window.
Child, you know that heifer does whatever she wants, always in a loud, big-ass way. And she saw you. She told me.
Well, being the good wife that I am, she can have that fool tonight. My wife is always in a good mood when her little whore is in town.
That is my cousin you're talking about.
I'm just saying, I'm looking forward to some peace and quiet tonight.
Best thing, you about to find a whole lot of peace with keys on a keychain.
Girl,
Valerie takes a hit and coughs.
Girl, we are being silly tonight.
And very high.
I know, right? But just keep everything under wraps, okay? That includes your cousin. I know you have loose lips with her, but I got something planned for later.
Yeah, you take care of her. And I got your little Denise the Menace. I've been wanting to kick her lame ass for a long time. But no worries. She can't do a thing without you around.
I know. She's a money-making magnet, but that's about it.
You are so right. That fool is about to lose her mind.
Oh, I hope not. She just needs to get some help.
Paula, do not kill my high with your empathy. First, it was a few too-many slaps upside your head. Then you got the house. Next, the push down the steps, and you got your license paid for. I sure hope she doesn't kill your ass before you really start to live again.
Oh, don't be so pessimistic. Girl, we got this. We just need to stick to the plan.
We ought to modify the plan and kick that bitch's ass tonight and run like hell tomorrow.
You are a straight up fool. Here, you finish it. I'll roll another one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we still got a whole hour before she gets home.
How's her mother anyway?
Oh, she not doing well. She moved to hospice care.
Wish I can say something mean about her right now, but I won't.
Good, because she is in hospice right now. You know, I was talking about her earlier to Doc Alexander, and you came to mind. Val, I owe you so much. You're the one who really saved me. I couldn't have done this without you. Val, I'm so glad Victor took that real estate class.
Damn Skippy, that's how I got mobiles. But girl, any lives been saved? I got the real testimony. What the hell would I have done if you hadn't came along and found me that night?
Yeah, I always think about it when I hear stuff on TV. But you made it, girl. You made it.
It's been a minute, but I'll never forget. Those boys would have probably killed Victor long before I put him to rest.
You know, you so easily separate yourself from Victor. He was my one and only true male friend. He was always my safe space. Yet Victor morphed into my best of best booze, Miss Valerie. And we are closer than ever with so much more to share.
You know, being Victor was being alive inside a coffin. I thought I could live my life through you. If I hadn't got my ass beaten almost to death, I might not have found the courage to free myself and get this reconstruction. And look at me now. Look at this. Beautiful. I became the diva that I am today.
All right, Miss Thing. And don't fall and break those beautiful diva hips while you twirling over there.
I love. Oh, Lord.
He's early. Get the spray. Get the spray.
Hey, jump up. Valerie sprays air freshener and Paula hides the marijuana. They put the candles out and turn on the light. Valerie's phone rings.
This is Diva. OMG. Fabulous. I'm on my way. Ciao.
You here again, Vic the Dick?
Open your eyes, you blind little twerp. I'm Valerie. Paula girl, gotta run. Got a sold out house this evening.
Valerie hugs Paula and then turns to my night.
Oh, sick ass. Y'all been smoking this shit again? You know it stinks up everything. I don't know why you don't smoke it in the basement.
And how was your day, my night? Did you go?
Yeah, I went. But those folks are way too strange for me.
Did you get anything out of it?
Paula, they mumble and talk behind masks. I'm not talking to nobody I can't see. They have a whole damn philosophy behind what they do, and I don't fit.
A mask? I wear a mask all day long, every day. Jealous white men, clients who only care about money. Just look at my face. What's wrong with the mask?
Butterfly, calm down. You're beautiful. And once again, I'm sorry, okay?
Wow. Didn't know you could say I'm sorry without trying to get something.
Who said I wasn't trying to get something?
As My Knight goes to hug Paula, a package falls from My Knight's pocket. They both reach for it and My Knight grabs it first.
What's that? Or is it another one of your little secrets?
I tell you, the only secret I have right now is I'm horny and I want you. You smell good. I love that little high, sexy look you get when you smoke.
You must have bumped your head. You're about to go meet another doggone woman with at least one gift. Please, I'm not playing that game anymore.
Woman, you're relentless. I apologize for leaving. I apologize for Jeri. I apologize for the whole damn thing. And what's this about Gloria? Ain't nothing changed. So just chill out and let God take care of the future.
What? I can't believe it. You let God fall out of your mouth so conveniently. You say that every time you want to avoid something, your God will make a way. Yeah, your God. The one and only entity that takes care of little children and foolish old folks like us. Ha! Your God? When, My Knight? When does your God show up? Huh? Oh, was it your God taking care of me when my father molested me? Or was it your God when my mother was talking to me in her drunken stupors instead of helping me fight my daddy off? Was it your God watching over me when my daddy got me pregnant? Huh? Or when my mother burned me with a cigarette to make me cooperate? Let me ask you this. Was your God there when I was 13 and met Mr. Jack Daniels? I don't know about your God, but Jack was always ready to ease my pain. Huh? And where was your God, My Knight, in the midst of our confusion? Explain that to me. And while you're at it, explain why your God, who raised the dead, raised your hand to hit me, to hurt me, not love me, not once, not twice, but whenever you feel like it lately. Huh? Yeah, where is your God? Break it down for me, because my Howard and Wharton degrees can't figure that one out. Help me understand your almighty God. You say you love me, so please help me figure it out.
My Knight stands staring at Paula in disbelief.
You mean I caught you speechless? Amazing. Or are you trying to come up with a prayerful answer? Tell me why you're thinking. Where did all this God stuff come from? Certainly your childhood wasn't a bed of roses.
Wow. Quite a show. Bravo. You know, I could say you done lost your fucking mind talking about God like that. But now I'm going to assume that you just high and done bumped your head. I'm going to say this before I leave, though. Ain't a damn thing we can do to change the past.
If you...
No, don't say nothing now. I'm going to be at Big the Dick's place.
Her name is Valerie. Her place is Moval's. I hate when you call her that.
Oh, okay. You made your little speech. Now calm the fuck down, Paula. I guess there's no chance you're coming tonight, huh?
I have no intentions, and you know that. I need my space after my sessions.
No, and your weed, apparently. But I guess I might as well tell you, even with your dramatic big explosion, because I already done spent the money. There's a glass chilling in the freezer and a bottle of champagne in the refrigerator with some glow of the now from the whiz woman.
Oh my God. I love that stuff. It is so expensive. Is there a catch?
No, but I guess God is good now, huh?
I'm sorry for what I said, and I didn't mean to be a blasphemer. My night, please stay home tonight. We can turn off the lights, start a fire, and try to talk like we used to.
My Knight's hands are in her pockets. As she pulls them out, the box falls out again. Paula picks it up and opens it. She pulls a necklace out of the box and holds it up.
Oh, nice. It's not my style, but you already know that. You and that woman always find a way to be up in my face. I think it's a good time for you to leave.
I just got her a little gift for a sold out performance.
It doesn't even matter anymore.
Look, okay, I don't want to miss the top of the show. Vic, your girl is going to say something about the center, and I really want to be there.
To hell with you and that bitch whore Gloria.
She enters the bathroom and slams the door. My Knight slams the bedroom door and sits on the bed. Paula hears the door shut and comes out, surprised that My Knight is still there. My Knight jumps up.
Thought you stopped hiding in the bathroom. Huh. So who's that bitch hoe?
Oh,
Paula turns back toward the bathroom. My Knight grabs her but hits Paula in the face.
oh, not again. My face. Get the fuck out. Get out. Go fuck your whore.
Oh, hell. Let me see. Put your hands down. Does that make you a hoe now too, Paula? You fucking Jeri? She was my best friend. Okay, stop crying. Damn it. Let me see. Stop trying to ruin my night, though. Let me see, baby. Come here, butterfly.
My Knight grabs Paula's wrists. They start to tussle. My Knight slaps Paula across the side of her head and Paula slides down the wall screaming with her face in her hands.
I always win in the bedroom, Paula. You know that. I'll see you tomorrow.
My Knight exits. Paula waits until she hears the front door close. Then she crawls to the table to get her cell phone and calls Valerie. Valerie's cell phone rings. And she appears downstage.
Oh God. Val, she hit me. She hit me again.
Damn. Where is she?
Oh, she's on her way there. Please, Val, don't say anything. No, please don't. Just meet me tomorrow around 1 o'clock. I'm gonna make 2 appointments in the morning. And then we have to take care of business.
Good. Because you asking a lot for a sister tonight. But this is the last damn time I'm gonna pretend like I don't know what's up. I can't wait until this is all over. We don't need any problems tomorrow. So remember, you need certified funds.
I'll get a bank check in the morning.
Go.
Have a good night. I love you. Call me.
Scene ends. End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1, the club. It is night outside and the Moval's Cafe and Club sign lit up in the background. Music and sounds of women enjoying themselves are heard inside. Gloria and My Knight are on the patio acting very enamored. Gloria hums and creates a tune to Washington, D.C.
We live in the city, we laugh in the city, we love. Work hard in the city, it's a beautiful city. It's a wonderful city. It's a powerful city. We the people of Washington, D.C., yeah.
Bravo! Bravo!
I love this city. D.C. has such a vibrant mix of lesbians.
Exactly why I'm here. Look, boo, I got you a little something, something.
She takes the box out of her pocket and hands it to Gloria, who opens it.
It's beautiful. You know I love jewelry. Put it on me. You. Now I forgive you for being late. So, what's the matter with my little stack of sugar?
I'm on top right now myself, but it's the same old with Paula.
I know. Valerie tells me everything.
I knew Chatty Cathy had loose lips.
Folks would never guess what goes on in that big old house of yours. What happened?
I gave her a black eye.
Why? I don't know about that side of you. Fighting? Why y'all doing that to each other?
I don't know. Things are good for a while. Then her therapy and my irritability, we just bump heads. Something stupid happens and we fight. But she never hits me back, so we don't really fight. It's just crazy.
Gloria kisses My Knight's forehead.
Leave her, Poppy. Don't beat her. You both deserve better. I saw Paula's face in the window. Then Valerie told me what had happened and that this wasn't the first time you hit her.
What would? Where were you?
I went by the house, but I didn't stop. Have you thought about going to that therapist Paula suggested? Therapy is good for couples in trouble.
Victor Dick's big mouth again, huh?
She's my mama's sister's child. She's kin. And don't evade the subject.
Therapy for what? I did one of those groupie sessions and it sucked.
You got to face your mind in the right direction. It takes a strong character to drink from a tall glass of muddy water while you look at yourself.
Okay, you know, but I didn't understand a thing you just said.
Poppy, listen. A black eye makes you feel about this big. With Frank, I've been there, done that, and don't wish it on anybody.
But Frank's a man. That was different. We're two women. We'll work it out.
Oh, okay. I got you, Mom. I got you. Come here. Come here.
Ouch! What'd you do that for?
Don't nobody care who's knocking you upside your head. Abuse is abuse. Baby, man or woman, you hit her.
Okay, you're right. But don't do that no more.
Jeri enters. She has a prosthetic leg. She's intoxicated and carrying a beer.
Every time I look for you, your shadow is around.
What's the problem, Jeri? Poppy, baby, would you get me a drink?
My Knight and Jeri look at each other with disdain as My Knight exits. Jeri goes to hug Gloria.
Oh, Jeri, you my friend, but you drink too much and your breath stinks. Now what you want?
Well, I might drink too much, but I'm a bad mama Jenny. I've been trying to catch up with you since you got here. Everything is working out.
Jeri, I know about that black eye, and I don't call things working out.
Well, whatever happened, she's leaving her now, renting one of my trucks.
That child is vulnerable right now. She don't need your drunk behind wagging your tongue behind her. You done caused enough trouble.
Well, that's exactly what I planned to do.
Her cell phone dings with a message.
Well, speaking of beautiful women, I got to find my date. We'll talk later.
Jeri slightly hugs Gloria. My Night enters as Jeri is exiting. They exchange the same disdain.
I see Mr. Pegleg has left us. Here you go, darling.
You know it's not polite to talk about folks' prostheses.
Child, with me and bionic leg, anything goes.
She's all right, just trying like the rest of us. You two need to bury that hatchet.
You know, Jeri saved my life in Desert Storm, and I got nothing but love for her. But I still want to fuck her up.
Gloria looks disturbingly at My Night.
And I mean that.
I always say, hold your enemies close and in the light and pray for them.
Yeah, well, you better start praying for Paula. She's been smoking a whole lot more lately. A whole lot of weed. Something definitely wrong.
You gotta figure this nonsense out. Go to church. You know that's the first place I send people.
My Night snuggles up to Gloria and they kiss.
You're not listening, but I guess I don't care. That feels so good.
Ooh, I know.
Looks back towards the club.
Oh, look at them looking at us.
Okay, stop. Call Paula and get permission to stay out. I got Val's penthouse keys.
Okay, but my phone is dead. I'll use the one in the office. I'll be right back.
Lord, help me. This is a mess. I just wanted my poppy. This hidden stuff, it's just wrong. We way too old for this kind of stuff. Lord Jesus, you gotta help me. Lord, Lord.
And for that fool, after all this mess, you still love her, don't you?
Jeri, you can jump in a sobriety pool. Of course I still love her. Besides, I got needs too. And she knows how to satisfy them quite well.
Amen to that.
My Night enters. Jeri sees her and exits. Again, they make ugly faces at each other.
Y'all praying out here?
You gotta always pray with and for our lesbian sisters. Did you get permission?
I left a message. You ready to go?
I think so. Just promise me this. Just promise me one thing, please.
What?
You'll pray with me tonight.
Love, I already had enough of God tonight. And besides, I had a different agenda on my mind.
We'll get to that. This is all yours tonight, baby. But pray first.
Okay, Mommy. You pray for us. I'll listen.
Fair enough. Did you bring our little box of toys?
You know I did.
As they start to exit, Gloria begins reciting a love poem to My Night. Cameras start flashing in the background.
My confession. Sometimes we are already taken, married, committed, intentionally separated from all the clans, out of reach, from all the hands that belong to the others. We hide, we sneak, we laugh and have fun together. We feel somehow it can last forever. So I confess to all the rest, because I ain't ashamed, nor do I play a game. I desire someone else's. Yes, she's someone else's. And that someone else is you. You fit the bill under your own free will. So I beg of my heart just to be still, and silently I shall enjoy the thrill of being yours tonight. It will never cease. There's only increase in my love and desire for you. I know it's true, and there's nothing I can do. Yes, I confess to all the rest, because I ain't ashamed, nor do I play a game. I desire someone else's. Yes, she's someone else's, and that someone else is you.
Scene ends. Act 2, Scene 2, Morning After, Part 1. The scene opens bright and early the following morning. The Moval Cafe and Club sign is not on. My Knight is dressed in casual business attire, holding a bouquet of flowers, and is seated at an outdoor cafe table. Paula enters professionally dressed. My Knight sees Paula.
Top of the day to you. Let's play all day.
As Paula goes to sit down, My Knight attempts to kiss her, but Paula avoids it. They sit and My Knight hands her the flowers.
The flowers are beautiful, thank you.
You're welcome. How is my favorite VP CPA this gorgeous morning?
I'm fine, My Knight. Or do you prefer Poppy today?
Waitress approaches the table.
Good morning. Please bring us a double espresso and a croissant for her, and a chai soy milk for me. That's all. Thank you.
The waitress writes down the order and flirtatiously smiles at My Knight before leaving.
Do you plan to work today? I know you had a busy night.
We partied until a few hours ago, but I still plan to play all day. You know she had a sold-out show last night.
Yeah, I heard. Thanks for meeting me. So how is Miss Gloria?
On top of the world. This is her 10th straight sellout, so she's really happy.
Of course she is. Did she also tell you I agreed to pay her what she asked for?
She did. I laughed because you knew you had to pay those big stars, those big bucks. That's why they're the rich and famous and not us.
Yeah, 25,000 is a lot. And that's what her agent negotiated.
Well, he's got to get paid too. Everybody you see and don't see got to get paid. Besides, she's a big draw in DC. And you got the money to spend. It's such a beautiful sky over the river, over this beautiful Anacostia River. But let's talk about us. So I was thinking.
Let me go first. You're right. We need to talk about us, because I'm unhappy.
The waitress returns with their order. She places everything on the table with the check and leaves. Both Paula and My Knight reach for the check.
I got it.
Takes out her wallet and pays the check.
So, why are you so unhappy?
Well, I don't like you sleeping with Gloria. And I hate the fact that you two are carrying on in front of the entire lesbian community.
Hey, yo, whoa, slow your roll. Where did all that come from? One minute we're getting along, and the next minute you exploded like a bombshell.
My Knight, your infidelity hurts. I know you don't even have a clue. I asked you to stay home last night and talk because we have a really big problem.
She takes out her cell phone and shows My Knight a video. My Knight takes it and stares at it.
Wow. Where did this come from? Twitter? Facebook? What's that other one?
Instagram. This is trending on Queer Everything DC.
Wow. Look, honey, we were just going into the club And Gloria had some words to a new song. She was just acting out and sharing it with me. That's all it was.
Well, somebody decided to share it with the world. I'm just surprised you've gotten so careless in public. Or is it that you just don't care anymore?
Wow. I wonder if Gloria has seen this. Here.
Hands
Oh,
Paula the
please.
phone.
Oh, please. That's so typical. I worry about you and you worry about her. You know, I really needed you last night. But once again, you kicked my ass and went to see Gloria. And I'm fed up with this. I'm fed up.
You fed up? So what you gonna do? Leave me? Huh? And go where, Paula? You can't go back to your mama's house. And I already made a damn good living for us. Look at who I am, Paula. I'm on top now. They love me. And who the hell would believe you anyway? Besides, all that glorious stuff, we worked it out a long time ago. Nothing new happened last night, besides the video.
Exactly, knucklehead. Nothing new happened last night. And while I was lying in bed alone again and bruised up again for the umpteenth time, I wondered why you didn't choose monogamy, abstinence, or just plain patience with me.
You know, we haven't thought about Gloria in years. And abstinence, huh? We haven't made love since you started therapy. A fucking year, Paula. More than 365 sexless days. None.
Her watch beeps. She looks at it and stands.
Look, I gotta go open the center. I know we need strategy about the video. I'm sorry. We can talk about it later tonight.
I know it's been a year. I have the bruises to remind me.
I've said it 1,000 times. I was sorry. And if you would just do what I say, what you know what I mean. What I ask you, there would be no fighting.
Sure, you're right.
Damn, Paula, just let the shit go. It's the first thing in the morning.
Oh, it's the office. Go ahead. I'll see you tonight. Good morning, Jim. This is Paula.
My Night kisses her forehead and starts to exit as her cell phone rings.
Top of the day to you. Let's play all day. This is My Night speaking. Sis, hey, how you doing, girl? What? What's the matter? Oh my God, what happened? What happened when?
I'll be in by 11. I'll see you then. Thank you so much. Goodbye now.
My Night disconnects, walks back towards Paula.
What's the matter? Who was on the phone? Was it Mac? Is everything okay at the center? What's wrong, My Night? Who was it?
My sister. It's my mom. She died.
Scene ends. Act 2, Scene 3, morning after, part 2. Gloria enters dressed in her finest Sunday outfit. She struts over to Paula, who is still seated at a cafe table outdoors. Paula waves and gestures for Gloria to sit.
Good morning, Miss Paula.
Well, good morning, Miss Gloria. Congratulations on a great show last night. You're trending on Queer Everything.
Well, thank you. DC has always been so good to me, but I was surprised to get a call from you, my money lady. So what is on your mind this beautiful morning?
Waitress approaches.
We'll have water with a slice of lemon on the side, not in the water, and no ice, please. How about you, Gloria?
Oh, darling, it's much too early for anything but coffee. Make it black, sweetie.
The waitress writes it down and exits.
Well, thank you for joining me. I know it's early and a lot for me to ask, but it's important. It's about my night. I'd like to be candid if I may.
It is early, but shoot it from the hip, darling. I like it straight with no chaser.
Well, first and foremost, my night's mother died. She's on her way to California now.
I know, darling. She texted me.
Of course, I should have known. So let's talk.
I'm all ears.
The waitress returns and places everything on the table. Paula gives her money.
Thanks, and keep the change.
Waitress smiles and leaves.
I think you love my night as much as I do. Is that correct?
Oh, you go, girl. Damn right. I love her dirty draws. Why you asking?
Well, because I really need to know that someone has her back. She has a lot of suck-ups around her. But since her and Jeri fell out, she doesn't have any real friends. And with her mom dying, she's going to need somebody. Valerie told me she told you about what's been going on.
She did, and I'm sorry. No matter what's going on with me in my night, I'd never wish this on another woman.
Gloria reaches across the table and takes Paula's hand. They stare at each other.
Thank you. As much as I've tried to keep it a secret, everybody's talking about it. DC is Gossipville, USA. I know Valerie meant well, but quite honestly, it's embarrassing. I'm sitting here, a middle-aged woman who has let another woman abuse me for way too long. And now I'm asking her other lover for help. Life is funny.
It is, but don't be embarrassed, Miss Paula. I've been beat down a few times myself. By the time I met my night, if we had had any violence, one of us would have been dead or in jail.
That's funny. But I could never hit her back. I've never been in a fight. I mean, I kind of fight like a girl, you know? You know what else is funny?
What?
I'm an old fan of your music. Now, I know you're a philanthropist, and that's why we pay you your full asking price. When you announced giving 50% of the proceeds to the center's music room, it was an absolute no-brainer.
Hun, I always believe I'm worth every penny I ask for. But on back to what you said, I hear your heart reaching out, and I ain't gonna let nothing happen to her. I'll look after her for a minute or two. You got my word on that. I owe it to you. I know I've been a thorn in your side. God forgive me.
Well, Miss Gloria, you've been more like an overgrown appendage to the relationship, okay?
Well, that's breaking it all the way down. So break this down for me, Miss Paula. What really happened between you two to lead to all this?
Well, since you two were together first, and I know you both still love each other, please, you go first and tell me what happened.
You don't know what happened? Big announcement. You're what happened, Miss Paula. We had a great relationship. We were successful business partners and lovers. But my night wanted to settle down, and I wanted to tour until I was too old to move anymore. Jeri introduced you to, and her whole world changed overnight. I thought she'd live her happy ever after. Now, now tell me, why such an intelligent woman like yourself is going down this road?
I used to watch Little House on the Prairie as a child, and I wanted to grow up and get married and get a big house with a white picket fence. My dreams came true with my Knight. She's always had her bossy, controlling shenanigans, but I loved her domineering nature. She reminded me of my dad. But after last year with Jeri, my Knight isn't the same person I married 10 years ago.
Miss Paula, you got to graduate from the School of Grown Women. If you lay a hand on me, I'm going to cut you. Grown women don't play.
Gloria, I'd be too afraid they would use that knife on me. But I really thought we knew each other until my situation with Jeri.
Them two are dangerous. Val told me the basics. But Miss Paula, you tell me.
I mean, Gloria, it was like a drunken fog. I rarely drink, but that night, somehow, I went way overboard. That wine was like a drug. I was in another world. My Knight left me, and Jeri took advantage of me. She took advantage of the situation. My Knight blames me. And to make matters worse, somehow I keep saying something about Jeri in my sleep.
They have always been fools together, playing women. You not the first. Did either one of them tell you they pulled that same stunt on me years ago?
What?
Yeah, love is a funny thing. I was mad for a long time, but we were on the road and I had to keep working. So I let them buy me everything, girl, under the sun. Then I really got them. I slept with the band leader and told them both. Blew their minds. I just needed them to know this pussy is in control and not them fools.
That is too deep. Oh, Gloria, I needed to hear that. Thank you, Miss Gloria. My Knight is so fortunate to have you in her life. I think under different circumstances, you and I may have even been friends.
You know, I guess this conversation's been a long time coming, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Somehow I knew you would always be around. And I appreciate you sharing. I really do. Which actually leads me to why I called you. I need your help. I need your help, right? I know me needing you is kind of crazy, but I do. I also know you're on tour and leaving in the morning. But next week, while my Knight's gone,
Scene ends. Act 2, Scene 4, Butterfly, Betterfly. This is a series of quick short scenes. It's daytime and 2 weeks have passed. Downstage is Paula, who's looking radiant. Her eye has fully healed. She's looking at a list on her phone. She is standing next to a bank sign.
okay. I made the withdrawal and got a cashier's check. Set up a new account, paid and transferred the bill money, made 2 mortgage payments. Cash and grocery list are in the envelope. Well, that's it. New life, here I come. I know this is bad timing, but it's now or never. And a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. Thank you, universe, for supporting me.
Lights fade on Paula and lights up on my night. She is standing by a sign, Mucci Village in Anacostia, DC.
Woo! Good job, partner. I'm finished. Paperwork done, bills paid, everything is ordered, got my mama buried, paid all her bills. Damn, I deserve this vacation. I'll call sis when we get back. All right, see you later. Let's play. Goodbye, Anacostia. See you in a few weeks.
Lights fade on my night. Paula and Valerie are standing next to a real estate sold sign.
Yes, hunty. Sold to the highest winner, Miss Paula Stockbridge.
Oh, Valerie, I can't believe it. It's really mine. I love it. And I still have the park in the back. Oh my God, it's so big and it feels so empty.
Girl, we'll create, decorate, and dance, and invite that realtor lady over. She's pretty smitten with you, and she said she wants to take one of your dance classes.
Oh, girl, you know she's not even my type.
Girl, she may not be your type, but you can dance her ass all over that gigantic family room. She'll be good for a one night and a hot date, child.
Yeah, she can be my first student at the new Paula Waltz studio, the lost art of real dance. Yeah, that too will manifest in time. But first, I'm going to send her a thank you gift. She's cute, but
nothing. Just look at this house. I love it. I'm so proud of you, girl. Let's go get your stuff. Now I can finally kick that bitch's ass as soon as I see her.
you are tripping. I've got to dash past Elmira and drop off a few things.
Girl, look at the time. My night already landed and is probably on her way to the center. What are you doing? With her mama dead, she's gonna be even crazier.
This is important to me. I can drop you at the club, go by the house, and then meet Jeri at the storage unit. She's got to get back to the firm by 6.
No, ma'am, no way. I need to ride shotgun, just in case we run into that little bitch. I know she'll freak out, and that'll just give me an excuse to show my ass.
Valerie, please dispense with the B word.
Bitch, 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 bitch. Okay, I'll stop. For 60 seconds.
Look, I really need to talk to Jeri alone, okay?
We can meet Jeri. I'll stay in the truck, because I'm going to kick her ass too. She can move those last few boxes, and then we can dash past the house. Shouldn't take more than an hour. So let me drive.
Okay, I guess I have no choice. I didn't want Jeri to drop me off anyway. So let's go.
Lights fade. Paula and Jeri enter carrying boxes. There is a storage sign hanging above.
Thanks, Jeri. I forgot these boxes were in the attic. They're my old client files.
Where do you want to stack them, Madame Beautiful?
It doesn't matter. Let's just get finished and get out of here.
I didn't know you were going to bring your whip. I would have dressed appropriately.
How? Wearing Southern Comfort or Jack Daniels?
No drinking before we finish, remember? I promised. So, what's the 411 on your new space? Townhouse, condo? Where is it at?
Girl, don't even try and ask me about my personal business.
Is Valerie the only confidential or confidant that you have? I still am your personal attorney.
Well, let's just be clear. I absolutely trust Valerie, and I don't have to worry about things like sleeping with her. She has my back.
Oh, that is low, pause.
Let the truth hit where it may.
You really have blossomed. It'll be a year since, you know. You ever think about it? I fell in love with you long before that. I still feel the same way, Paula.
Tomorrow. I guess I have forgotten the actual date, Jeri. I've always known how you felt about me, but you messed up, Jeri. The whole incident reminds me of Valerie and those guys that gave her a Mickey years ago. They gang raped her and left her in the basement. I'm the one who found her. And even though I don't remember everything that happened with us, I will never forget what you did. Never. I forgive you and me, but never again.
I am truly, truly sorry, Paula. I know we sometimes act like dogs. Let me just finish up here. We still friends?
No, Jeri, we're not friends. I respect you as a good attorney and the only Black-owned female cross-country trucking company. That's a damn mouthful. But our friendship ended a year ago. Let's just keep it that way, okay?
Blackout. Spotlights hit My Night and Paula standing on opposite sides of the stage. My Night is singing next to the DC Ride sign with vacation tickets waving in one hand and swinging her bags in the other. Paula is slowly looking around at an empty room. She looks at the list on her phone.
Wow. I guess I've never seen this room empty before.
Hawaii, here we come. The skies are blue and we love you. The beaches that are made just for two. Hawaii, here we come.
Okay, Paula, focus. Now I've left her instructions on the counter. Put the groceries away. I know Gloria will cook for her, and that will give her something to eat besides takeout.
Woo! Yes, boom, bam, ram-a-dam-a-ding-dong. Got 'em in my hand, ma'am. You're going to love this surprise. Gonna wave them in your eyes. We're not going to Cancun. Hawaii is where we're gonna bloom. Yes, I got this.
I put $300 in the bank. Oh no, I put $300 on the dresser. Okay, I put $300 on the dresser, paid the bills and the mortgage, called Mac at the center. Phone numbers are on the fridge.
What is that ride? 3 whole weeks and I'm going to spoil her rotten. I can be so creative. Great, here it comes. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't care when we get back again. Oh yeah, gotta call Glow. I'll call her in the ride.
Spotlight out on My Night as she exits. Paula remains. Here's a car horn.
Okay, I'm coming. Okay, I'm coming. I can't think of anything else. Old home. I'm going to my new home. Take care of my knight in shining armor. I do love her, but her butterfly has decided to fly away from here. Goodbye.
Paula exits and My Night enters. She's shocked to see an empty room. She drops everything and races around in a circle. then takes out her cell phone and calls the police.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Oh my God. Just before we're leaving too. Oh, hello? Hello, police? Yes, yes. We've been robbed. I live at...
Scene ends. Act 2, Scene 5, time mirrored. It's midday, and a depressed Minite is sleeping in the bedroom, in the bedroom chair with a bottle of whiskey and a cigarette in her hand. She has a patch over her nose. The cardboard blow-up of Paula is sitting on the floor against the mirror. The room has trash from fast food restaurants, etc. The bed is messy and waltz music is playing. Anger and Lonely are wearing masks and standing on each side of Minite. They are speaking legibly.
You one of us now.
You ain't gonna get any more makeup loving after a good fight now.
You have fallen on your ass.
And that bitch done set you out on your own.
Yeah, to be alone.
And suffering. A honor cake.
Nah, man, we gotta, you know what we gotta do.
I know. Take care of her.
She got nobody.
She might not like it, but she got us.
Minite awakens and sits up straight. Lonely and Anger exit. Minite turns off the music.
Yeah. Paula loved that damn waltz music. I'm hallucinating, or I had too much of you. Don't think for a minute that I was ready for you to walk out of my life, leaving me without saying a word, disappearing into several tomorrows, not a whisper, not a peep, not a call, not a tap on the door. Was I supposed to know? Have osmosis? Sniff it out? See it coming? Read the writing on the wall? Discern the fucking truth? Well, I didn't. I didn't know. I wasn't wise enough. I couldn't see the big picture. I couldn't see a damn thing. My Mack truck nostrils. I can only smell the sweet perspiration of your love. Damn, baby. I couldn't have guessed it. I wasn't in touch. I wasn't on the ball. I wasn't on time. And now you're gone. Huh? Be intuitive. I was unaware of my own reality. I was stuck. I was stuck too far up into us. That shit got the best of me. I guess I simply fucked up. I lost out. I dropped the ball. I missed the boat. Damn, this is all my bad. Oh yes, you're gone. You're gone, Paula. And you didn't even say goodbye, adios, sayonara, See you later. Cheerio, shalom, ciao, hasta la vista. Nothing, you just gone. Out of here. You're out of here. And now, I just spent all day in deep thought, and I ponder, why?
Are you in there, Poppy?
She pokes her head in the doorway and is holding a mask in front of her face. A slightly inebriated Mennonite turns and sees her enter and is surprised.
What the hell?
You don't recognize me, Poppy?
That damn mask. How the hell you get in here anyway?
I was sure hoping for a warmer greeting. Without all that cussing.
You just surprised me. I didn't know you had keys.
Well, I got them from Valerie. It stinks in here and it smells like barn. Are you smoking cigarettes now? Yuck.
I picked up a pack at my sister's funeral. It's just something to do.
Look at this room. This is a pig's pen, and you look terrible.
Gloria gets a trash can and starts cleaning up.
That cousin of yours, she broke my nose. She messed up my face. She sucker punched me in front of Paula's job and she told me to stay away from her. That big ass woman is dangerous.
She told me, and I told her to leave you alone.
Thanks, Joe. Why she have to sneak out like that? I just buried my mama.
You know, folks gotta do what they gotta do. You know, she asked me to look after you.
Damn. She paid the funeral, the mortgage, the bills. She ain't take my money. But she got you to come and check up on me? What the fuck was she thinking?
Give me that stuff. You've had more than enough to drink.
Where you going?
I'll be right back. I need to get some big plastic bags out of my car for all this crap.
Gloria exits. Mennonite staggers to the mirror and stares at her and starts her shadow boxing routine.
You kicked that. Oh, okay, no cussing. Gotta sober up. Oh, I gotta straighten up the bed. It might come in handy today.
Gloria enters with trash bags.
I'm so glad you're here.
Me too. Now I need you to get a bath and brush your teeth.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking, she really got mad when that video circulated.
All publicity is good publicity for me. And that's not why she left you.
Gloria walks away.
Where you going now?
Relax. I'm gonna start your bath water. You got tissue in here?
I got a butt to wipe too. Of course I got tissues.
Gloria exits to the bathroom. Mennonite starts talking to the house phone sitting on the floor.
So that's why you were sitting there. I know Paula put a jinx on you. I don't even use the house phone. I stayed in this room because I own the bedroom. And ain't no voodoo gonna make me use you.
Her cell phone is on the table and rings once. It frightens her and she falls. Gloria re-enters.
Now what you done? Wallowing in some trashy behavior, huh?
Whatever.
What ever. Your favorite new word. That's how you treat everything, isn't it?
I guess. Come here.
You smell. Go soak that funk off of you, please. I'll be in the kitchen. Take your time. Do your ears hurt?
No, just a ringing sound. Let me go catch the water.
I'll get it. I'll get it. And give me what you got on. I'm gonna burn them clothes.
She exits. My Night looks at Paula's picture.
I need to detox. I miss you, Butterfly.
My Night goes towards the mirror for the picture. Paula's face appears in the mirror. My Night is shocked. Paula's voice is ghost-like.
My Night, I want you to know that I love you and I miss you too. I love you and I left you because you need to get help. Take care of yourself.
Paula! Paula! I love you. Oh my God, Paula, I'm so sorry, Butterfly. What's going on, Paula? Is this a dream? Am I going to wake up? Are you dead, Paula?
I'm not dead. You have finally touched that place that really feels me.
It hurts, Paula. It hurts so deeply. I don't know what to do without you.
I know. But I can't come back. It's time for you to get some help.
No, 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 baby, I can't live without you. You're my world, Paula.
You'll be all right. I'll always be with you. Remember, that's what hearts are for. It's time to save yourself.
Paula starts to fade and disappears. My Night starts crying, grabs the mirror and shakes it.
Paula, Paula! Don't leave me. Don't leave me. She's gone. She's gone.
Gloria enters and sees My Night holding the mirror, crying. She sets the food down and quickly walks over to My Night as she collapses to the floor. Gloria
ahead.
holds her as she cries.
Go ahead, baby. Let those tears fall. Sometimes when you love someone, you gotta love them enough to let them go.
You ain't never let me go.
No, but I should have, because I'm just realizing how lonely I've been, which made me do a really shameful thing.
What's that?
This touring alone makes me feel older and older day by day. I'm the one who got Jeri to spike those drinks that night so y'all could have that threesome. But you left, and it was wrong what Jeri did. I only wanted to see if y'all would share Paula like you shared me.
I know. Jeri told me everything.
She did, huh? Well, I need you to know that it's made my stomach sick. I can't get Paula's black eye out of my mind.
That black eye again. Can we at least eat and then finish this? I'm hungry.
My Night, just let me finish first.
Go ahead.
Poppy, you and me ain't never missed a beat, and I became less of myself each time. In a funny way, I let you abuse me too.
But Gloria, I would never hurt you.
You already have so many times, canceling, standing me up, showing off what you got, Paula. And now, I just think you need some alone time to sort things out and get your ears checked.
What are you saying?
I'm gonna take some time. I'm gonna also make sure that you have some things delivered. And I'm heading back to Boston. This is as far as my train goes.
You can't leave me, Glo. You can't. I can't be by myself. You can't just poof and leave me like Paula.
My night, you beat her. And my mind just won't let me be. I've been so blind all this time. Look, take care of yourself. I have a few things delivered over the next couple of days. Make sure that you answer the front door.
Please, Gloria. I already lost everything. Paula's gone. The house is empty. I can't go out. Everybody's looking at me funny and talking about what happened. Paula's been on the news. It's like I'm some kind of monster. I need you.
Baby, all is not lost. You just need some help. And I gotta do this for me, baby.
Gloria, please.
It's best. I love you, my night.
She waves as she exits.
Damn! Damn! She called me my night.
She exits to the bathroom. Enter, anger, bitter, and lonely. They are wearing their masks. They look around for my night, who hears the bedroom door. She yells
Gloria?
from the bathroom.
Gloria, I thought I was gonna die. I knew you'd come back.
My night comes out of the bedroom. She's shocked.
Okay. Everything's okay.
Y'all come out in public with these masks? What are you doing here? How did you even get in?
Some wonderful woman just let us in and said that you were in the master.
We'll unmask when you make your decision.
We called earlier, but the phone only rang once. We haven't seen you or heard from you, and we all know what happened.
Well, I appreciate it, but this is my bedroom. And if you don't mind.
You don't have no place else to sit. We saw the empty house.
I am quite uncomfortable with all of you in my bedroom.
We leave. Done good deed.
Apologies, you got caught.
Side piece gone.
Miss Gloria.
Better go, just check in.
Need us? Call us.
Cause don't nobody want your sorry ass now.
They exit. My night stares for a moment, then turns and calls out.
Help! I destroyed everything. I ain't got nothing left.
Anger, lonely, and bitter re-enter.
Yeah, we thought so.
Oh God, thank you. Thanks for not leaving me.
We're not surprised.
We came back to initiate you.
Yeah, they about to kiss your ass.
Stop joking, anger.
Welcome to the real work.
It's time to be woke.
Whack out. The end.
If everybody wants to unmute.
Woo!
Excellent job, ladies. Excellent. Wow. Woo.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's so emotionally draining piece, isn't it?
Yes.
That's some paper over there.
Yes.
Well, it's emotionally draining listening and watching it also. Oh my goodness. Have you guys done this before or rehearsed it before tonight?
Say that again?
Have you guys rehearsed this before or done this on stage?
Yeah, they have. Some of the parts have changed.
Okay.
And they've actually only had one rehearsal with the parts changed.
Mm-hmm.
But the reading has been done 3 different times prior to now.
Oh, okay. The preparation was great. You guys did a great job.
Oh, good. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Ooh.
You guys want to, in the audience, want to unmute and share?
Oh, my lights just flickered here, so if for some reason we go out, that's why.
Okay, there you go, AJ.
So we have a few comments here. Tom, who's one of our playwrights, says, playwrights dream about having such actors. Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
And Heather says, really powerful, beautiful performance, all of you. And Dr. Coles says, I really enjoy the play and will be tuning in next week. Aww.
Yeah, that's one of my minister friends. And she speaks against racism, sexism. She has an organization that she does weekly called Put Down Your Guns. And she works a lot with domestic violence and stuff. So I was really wanted her to see it. So I was very impressed with her comments that she came on to do. Yeah.
Absolutely. She
actually left her church because of inclusiveness. Inclusive. Yep. She now works a lot in Ward 7 and 8 and doing a lot of things that's very inclusive. I mean, I'm looking on Facebook and I'm going, we got the same friends. You know these people. You know. So I'm glad that she enjoyed it and tuned in.
It's 20 hours.
There she is. See, she's a domestic violence survivor. So touches a lot of people.
Right now, because of the lockdown, many people are experiencing domestic violence. Because they can't get away, they can't. There's money problems. There's pressure and worry about the future, and all of that exacerbates underlying relationships that experience violence. Thank you for bringing this story to us. It's one that I feel the theater community should be doing more of. We need more of these stories.
What we need are us, particularly as women, and certainly our people of color, Native Americans, need to tell our own story. I think until we start to tell our own stories, it's hard to have our stories told. Mm-hmm. So the more we write and the more we tell our own stories, the more people will begin to pay attention, and the easier it will be
it will be for all of us to be able to begin to tell our stories as well.
I think the idea was that that there wouldn't be an audience for it, and I strongly challenge that idea, because I think this is going to be one of the most watched pieces that we've done. Over time, as the big audience gets to see it, I don't think we can say this enough, that there is an audience for different voices, and there's an audience for this kind of work. And we have to go after it. We have to champion it. We have to make room.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I was going to respond to that. I was just going to say that, again, the more we hear our voices, the more courage it gives to others to put their work out there. Because I'm sure we all are, particularly as playwrights, are sitting on stories in our heads or have written those stories. You know, I have at least 3 plays that, you know, I haven't finished. You know, I got a couple of stories in my head I just can't get to. But where is the inspiration to be able to tell the story about people that look like me or people of my sexuality? You know, where's the encouragement to tell those stories and then have those stories publicized? That's why we need people like you, AJ. That's why we need quarantine players. This is the ideal platform for the folks that feel that they will not be able to fully tell their own story without censorship. That's a big deal for a playwright, the censorship part.
No, or that second no, that's when we start having adapting, because now that one person or that one white person has said no, and now we feel like, oh, okay, they all gonna say no, so let me rewrite, let me adapt, let me blend in, let me do. No, you just keep on pushing. Every no, there's another yes. It might take 800 no's. It doesn't mean.
Dr. Ann Coles said, violence is actually increasing during this pandemic, but transparency is the key to helping others. This play is truly needed in our community. Hell yes. Don't change anything. Always stay true to who you are. I really don't think this approach will help. So many are misunderstood and judged. Real talk, and to hell with stupid buttholes.
Hey.
Yes.
Yes, Tom?
Hi. Yeah, hi. First of all, I noticed there weren't a lot of guys on tonight, right? I think AJ did a nice job in maybe scaring some people away. Yeah. And I understand. I will, may I speak to you as a playwright? Just share with you my reflection?
Yes, absolutely, please.
I thought it was very, very powerful. I was afraid a lot. I was afraid a lot because I didn't know where it was going to go, and I feared the worst. I really didn't want the type of ending I thought it might end up because of the violent nature of the character. It's frightened me. It really did. I love my favorite scene, if I could have one. I don't even know if it's appropriate to say a favorite scene, but the scene with Paula and Gloria was a nice respite for me, because all previous scenes were so powerful and so exhausting that seeing some loving, caring, even though the characters were peculiar in their relationship, it was still beautiful and it was touching, and it helped me work my way through the rest of the play. And I believe that what you had to say is a little foreign to me. I'm not a really violent person. I've not been around violence. So it spoke to me very powerfully. It exposed to me my ignorance, and it opened some doors, my eyes, a window. I really, really appreciate the powerfulness of your work tonight, and I'm so glad I got to hear it, and I look forward to seeing it on stage. That's all I have.
Wow, that was, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Tom.
Tom. I do understand being afraid of the intensity because I was afraid as a writer in writing it sometimes and what they were going to say. I really fought hard, Valent scene on stage. Being a non-violent person, I wanted to figure something else out. But the play itself, like a monkey on your back, you know, sometimes you just gotta follow the monkey. And so I recognize the intensity, and I certainly appreciate a person who's not exposed to or knows about domestic violence having not just a powerful response to it, but an appreciation of it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm not as advanced a playwright as maybe Tom and the others are. I thought it was pretty powerful, and I'm still processing it. I liked the chorus a lot. I liked the way they were used, and I'm sorry that we didn't have the visual, because I think it would have been really powerful. But that was really helpful to the scene.
Yeah, a lot of people, we've done 3 other readings, and a lot of people really like the chorus and have even suggested more of it throughout the play. You know, but I like the way it is right now.
I think you could do a lot with costuming too, to make it even more powerful by draping them in like some kind of robe or something to make it look even more scary.
Yeah, and I really have this vision for these masks in my mind. You know?
2 plays on here now so far since we started doing this, AJ, that have used like the Greek chorus kind of style. Women of Lockerbie was kind of like that too. Another very powerful female show, you know. I think this one even more so works because of the emotion they invoke on the character of My Night.
Yep.
But I think that one of the lines I'll take away is Valerie's bitch, bitch, bitch. I'm like, go, go, go.
I'll stop for a couple of minutes and then I'll say it again.
30 seconds, right? So you want to say something, Cass? You want to give some feedback yourselves? How'd you feel doing it? Something?
Well, I enjoyed doing it. It was something new and something different with this, you know, with the pandemic, everything is going on Zoom, but I enjoyed doing it. I appreciate everyone for tuning in, and I hope that, you know, that people enjoyed it.
So Beverly, you you have done it. You've done My Night all 4 times, and you've done it face to face with people, and now on Zoom. What are your feelings?
Well, it kind of felt the same way once I got into character. You know, I mean, you always miss the audience feedback and reactions, you know, because I'm on stage a lot. So you know, you get that energy from people sitting there. So that's a little different. But once you get into the character of the person, it kind of, you know, as you go more and more to it, I see myself getting more animated, you know, on the 2nd or 3rd Zoom, you know, than just reading a script, you know, from it. So it does make you get more to it, which does take, I guess, some practice of doing it. But, you know, when Pam first wrote this play and we were all reading at her house, you know, I was very emotional for a while, because coming out of the domestic violence situation. You know, I had no idea that she was going to call me to be the abuser because I've always been the victim. And so that was a process of going into it. And so, and, you know, and it was teary and emotional for a while. And then you find out that most of us in these situations have similar stories, you know. I mean, Pam, this person that I was in an abusive relationship, I called her Poppy. And then here go Pam going Poppy. And I'm going, what the hell? What? I'm now being called Poppy when that was what I call my abuser. And we all have these similar stories once we get to talking and sharing that. I think though it makes it so powerful because it does do dialogue. When we first did our audience show, I actually had people come up to me and say they wanted to beat my ass. You know, I mean, because it brought back, it was similar to the scene with the mask people and stuff. It does bring back memories of your abuser or of you being the victim. It can bring that emotional button back, you know, and you can relive it. But I think sometimes it's therapeutic reliving it and going through it and knowing you're not alone in this madness and, you know, and stuff. So I think it was very good for her to take on that and not change it and not, you know, not tone it down, make it even more. If it was a play, we would be physical. I don't like doing this. I want to snap somebody. No, no.
Calm down, Verily. Calm down. Lower your horses. Hey, Veronica.
Yes.
So I'm just letting you guys know, full disclosure, Veronica is my daughter. And she's looking for new opportunities in her life, you know, at that stage. We all been there, looking for new opportunities. And she wanted to thrust in the theater, so I thrust her in here. And she started off in the first 3 readings as the narrator, but we lost due to COVID and work because of the COVID schedule. We lost the woman playing Paula, and I asked Veronica to step into those shoes. And so I just want to thank you for putting your best foot forward tonight.
Okay, I want to say something.
In front of everybody, and let Veronica just say something.
Okay.
So say something. On the spot again, right?
I know. I'm not always as comfortable as Pamela being in the spotlight. I'm very comfortable being in the background. So it was playing Paula was, for me, physically draining. Only because I could really sort of feel Paula. I've never experienced domestic violence to any extent, only because I have such a strong personality. And I just would find it very difficult to be in an abusive relationship.
Veronica?
Yeah.
I apologize. Can I ask you to hold your thought for
yeah,
just a
sure.
moment?
Yeah, of course.
I would just say that Dre had an issue. Her brother was in a serious accident, and she's going to get off the call, and deal with family situation. And I just wanted to get Gloria and Bitter in here before she got off. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And the blessing to her family. And, you know, you've been with us the whole ride. So what are your thoughts?
I thought thank you first. Thank you to the cast for all your words of kindness and support. I like how the play is progressing, you know, how you are, you know, making your significant and edits to your piece that really, you don't take away from the piece. you're doing the carving, but you're still molding, and we're going with you on that. So I appreciate you allowing me to be part of your journey. And you know, hopefully, I would love to see it staged, you know, within the next year or less. So thank you for allowing me the time to experience this. You've definitely brought me into your family, and I enjoy it. I've enjoyed it thus far. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight to everyone. I've got some calls that I need to pick up.
Take care of your family and take care of yourself.
All right.
Love you, Andrea.
Thank you.
Love you, Andrea.
Blessings.
Bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Call me.
So Veronica, you as a person who has not had, so we go from one extreme with Beverly, who has gone that route, who started off as asking her to read Paula as the abused person, but then Spirit moved me to ask her to read for My Night, and she's, I think, done an exceptional job at My Night. You, on the other end of the spectrum, no domestic violence experience. I'm sure you guys have had, I know that 17-year relationship you've been in. Y'all have had your ups and downs, but not that violent situation. But how does it feel as Paula and the draining of Paula? How has this experience enlightened you?
Oh, wow. It certainly makes me much more aware of how people can sort of navigate in a normal space and yet be in such a horrid situation. You know, I usually just sort of take people at face value and say, oh my goodness, AJ is such a beautiful woman, you know, and like that little girl watching Little House on the Prairie think, oh, she must have an amazing life. Such a, you know, and who would know that just a couple years ago, she was fighting a terminal illness. So I think that it has made me so much more aware of, I guess, the individuality of each person's experience. And I say that Paula's role was draining for me because in the previous 3 sectors, I was the narrator. And so I could sort of look at the play and experience the play and sort of prepare the play for the audience. And this time I was certainly a part of it. And so I was very conscientious of just portraying Paula in a way that was believable and understandable, but also respectful of people who are living in this situation and who have had this experience. And so it was an honor, and I hope that I have made you proud, and I hope I have been able to serve next to my cast members effectively. And I'm just appreciative of the opportunity. So thank you.
Thanks, Veronica. Thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
Murr, Miss Lady Murr, you said you had something to say.
Yeah. I wanted to, number one, apologize for the boys. They've been in the pandemic, and they used to being around me. So when we did the rehearsal, I left them down here and they were fine. But because of Pamela's concerns, I tried to lock them away. And not only did locking away not make them happy, but a thunderstorm came up too, which did not make them happy. So I hope they were not too distracting. Maybe they just want to roll in the play.
Yeah, we're gonna work on your get you a new microphone too.
What's wrong with my microphone?
You give a little feedback or static with it, but we can work on that. All right.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool. So we had a special guest narrator who just jumped in overnight. And Jessie, thank you.
You're welcome.
Lifesaver.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse.
I did not want to be the narrator for sure, you know.
Thanks for
so-
asking me, because it was a really great experience to be part of this. Thank you.
You
Good.
did very wonderful. You did a great job.
Thank you. Thanks.
Right. A couple of times they bit you, but you let it ride. I said, just the pro.
I mean, I've directed a few of these online things, and usually the director is reads in the stage directions, and that happens all the time.
Right.
I mean, you don't want to read them all because it's like, really, you're reading all the stage directions?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, the cast doesn't quite know when you're coming in and going out, and usually I say, if there's a stage direction, I haven't started talking immediately, you can assume I'm not going to say it. And but it's hard. It's hard to do it like this, because you want the people who have tuned in to get some of the physical action that's going on.
Correct.
On the other hand, you don't want to, I mean, especially with a play like this where the emotion is so high, you don't want to drag it down with, every line of stage direction that you would need if you were really mounting it. So thank you for.
I think you did a great job. I certainly appreciate it. And AJ?
Yes.
It's been wonderful. Thank you. I learned so much. I've learned so much tonight. I mean, even with the rehearsals on Zoom, I've learned so much more tonight. Yeah.
I've learned how to get on Zoom.
And we're happy.
We're not gonna say anything, Murph. We're just glad you made
It's
it.
been a struggle, but I was tenacious.
I'm telling you. Thank God we started at 6:30.
Earlier than that.
All right, well, I'll cut everybody loose, and we should have the video up. Have the video up by tomorrow night, and the podcast should be out by Friday. So if everybody is tired of watching Zoom, as we all are, the podcast is a great way to listen to everything and catch up on old episodes and just listen and see what we're doing.
Fantastic. All right.
Good night, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Good
so
night,
much.
players.
I'll talk to you.
Bye.
Hear from me tomorrow, okay?
All righty.
All right, everybody.
Safe. Be safe.
Blessings.
Blessings.